Hi, Godspeed. This channel is about astronomy and astrophysics. I started some list to cover some guy from YouTube that present false science for video in each guy, and I move on. I discovered the Big Bang is false. So in this process, I discovered that you believe in or not, 90% of the physics, actual current physics, is wrong, and science in general is wrong. So Sabine Hossenfelder, this is my second video on her. She's speaking like everybody does about dark energy, dark matter.
Hi everybody, we haven't talked about dark matter for some time, which is why today I want to tell you how my opinion about dark matter has changed over the past 20 years or so. In particular, I want to discuss whether dark matter is made of particles, or if not, what else it could be. Let's get started.
So she says that it's a particle physics expert, like in part. I'm telling you that they discovered two new particles, like these particles, in and sane, and another two, like this. The particle Cray and the particle Z, or discovered, like.
So the idea that dark matter is stuff made of particles seemed plausible to me and like the obvious explanation. That's why, just among us, I always thought dark matter is not a particularly interesting problem. Sooner or later they'll find the particle, give it a name, and someone will get a Nobel Prize, and that's that. But, well, that hasn't happened. Physicists have tried to measure dark matter particles since the mid-1980s, but no one's ever seen one. There have been a few anomalies in the data, but these have all gone away upon closer inspection. Instead, what's happened is that some astrophysical observations have become increasingly difficult to explain with the particle hypothesis.
So because she is particle physics, I want to tell you that they are crazy, okay? They accelerated energies, like, let's say, hydrogen atoms, or in a field of electromagnetic field, and they are like hitting them, and then they make some scratches. This is we're going in 50. This is 1950s physics, and already like, and 60, like this, and they were registered them in the field, like you take them on electromagnetic wires, and you register how the end result will be. So they did not have one on what they to take their doctorates, and they invented that each scratch on the detector is a new particle by having a new scratch and a new movement. So in this way you do not understand that the particle physics is false science. It's false science. But maybe another time I will there exist not the particles that they say like this. We know the 16 fundamental particles, lepton, meson. I'm telling you, insane particle and crazy son particle, lepton, meson. This is false physics. But let me tell you in a simple way that they are crazy, do not know physics. If you trust them, they are speaking wrong physics, crazy physics. Crazy physics.
First things first, dark matter is the hypothetical stuff that astrophysicists think makes up 80% of the matter in the universe, or 24% of the combined matter energy. Dark matter should not be confused with dark energy. These are two entirely different things. Dark energy is what makes the universe expand faster. Dark matter is what makes galaxies rotate faster.
Leibniz invented a second way of movement. He used in the same time he invented the infinitesimal calculus to calculate the movement of bodies, and he invented this term energy. That these guys are stupid because they are stupid. They do not know. Leibniz was a philosopher, and he take from the Greek this term energy, and they do not know that it is not electricity. This will in a simple way you understand that they are real crazy. You see, there are two ways of treating movement: with force, mechanical movement, and energy. Energy it is force. It is not electricity, it is an energy. It is force, it is the second way of treating movement. A simple equation: when you multiply the mass of an object with a velocity and you cut it in half, the result you cut in half, and the result is the energy. Like they knew ballistics, Leibniz was throwing objects from some window, and he saw how they penetrate the earth. The cannon was invented by 1300s. Leibniz lived in 1600s. The cannon was already war in 1300s, 1200s even. And they knew what means the force of the impact. You shoot a cannon in a wall, you break the wall. This is an energy, movement energy. And they are crazy. And then after 1700s, after these guys, was the first experiments with electricity. This is electricity. You believe me or not, these guys are crazy. Believe me or not, this is electricity. And it is not energy. Energy is movement energy. If you throw a bomb over the people, you know how the powerful is the energy to break a rock. If you have dynamite, it has a kinetic energy of explosion, a force of impact due to mass and velocity. The bigger velocity, the bigger the kinetic energy. So you cannot have a dark energy to kinetic energy. They are stupid and crazy, you do not understand. This is not anti-mass. To have an anti-speed, anti-velocity, space over time. Velocity, space over time, anti-space over time, to have an anti-mass, to have a dark kinetic energy. Kinetic and potential energy of some masses. I throw this rock in a wall. It has a kinetic movement. I throw it fast, it has a bigger kinetic energy of impact, exactly like Newton force, and they are crazy.
Though that's not the only thing dark matter does, as we will see in a moment. But what is dark matter? 20 years ago I thought dark matter is most likely made of some kind of particle that we haven't measured so far. Because, well, I'm a particle physicist by training, and if a particle can explain an observation, why look any further? Also, at the time, there were quite a few proposals for new particles that could fit the data, like some supersymmetric particles or axions.
And so they are searching, not understanding this philosophical concept. Then, by the grace of God, maybe, they named similar electricity. And this demonstrates that they remain stupid. Electricity is not kinetic energy. And nobody made the relation between energy, electric energy, electricity energy, not kinetic energy, and mass. Nobody made it because Newton and Leibniz did not knew this. In 1700s, Hertz observed that if you disconnect two wires to produce a spark, it will be a movement, wireless movement, that you can captivate with another break, two wires like this, break. You can, like this is the first antenna, Hertz. But in 1800s, and there was made in the battery pile. After 1700s, Benjamin Franklin observed and they tried to, and by the grace of God, they were naming the same way. Electricity, energy, from the Greek terms, electron. And the electron, by the way, it is not the electron from chemistry and physics. They're crazy. 90% of the science is crazy. So they are searching energy of space. What energy? Kinetic energy of mass?
They move around each other, and how fast they move depends on the total mass of the cluster. The more mass, the faster the galaxies move. Turns out that galaxies in galaxy clusters move way too fast to explain this with the mass that we can attribute to the visible matter. So Fritz Zwicky conjectured in the 1930s that there must be more matter in galaxy clusters, just that we can't see it. He called it dunkle Materie, dark matter. It's a similar story for galaxies.
So the empty space has a kinetic energy of movement, mechanical movement. A body makes a mechanical work. So this is her video. But you do not understand, they do not know science. And they are crazy. They do not have logical control. I make philosophy and theoretical logic and philosophy. Like the university, okay? So they do not have control. So they discover two particles, K and Z, they, and another two particle in and say, okay, these guys are crazy. You do not believe this is kinetic energy.
Before I get to the observations that particle dark matter doesn't explain, I'll first quickly summarize what it does explain, which are the reasons astrophysicists thought it exists in the first place. Historically, the first evidence for dark matter came from galaxy clusters. Galaxy clusters are made of a few hundred up to 1,000 or so galaxies that are held together by their gravitational pull.
And you have produced a mechanical work from René Descartes' book. That's why what billiards invented. They were hitting two balls of rocks, billiards, like this, to observe if you have the same mass, how they will give one to another kinetic energy of movement. How far will deplace? Well, like this, you see, I hit this rock with this rock, and this rock gives a kinetic energy to this. This is making a mechanical work. It is the real name, mechanic work. And has a quantity, that's why Leibniz invented, has a quantity on mass. Like he gives a quantity, and you know the angle and the trajectory. It moves the trajectory of movement in a circle, because you cannot move only like this. And this is due to some angle. The angle variation will vary the distribution of kinetic energy of movement, potential. So nobody then made the connection between mass and electricity. And Einstein maybe tried to do this, because this is the same way of treating movement. So because Maxwell then, after the electricity was invented, he wanted to know how the electricity has a relation with magnetism, because they observed that in a wire attract another wire. Electricity, not a kinetic energy. So who made the relation between electricity and mass? Nobody. And Einstein maybe tried to do this, to make the relation between electricity energy and mass, because nobody knows it at this time. Believe me or not, nobody. Because Einstein, I don't believe that he did it correct in a correct way. So, but if you treat in a similar manner like mass and velocity after Leibniz, you must understand that the new concept is not kinetic energy of movement. It is electricity. So maybe you can apply the Leibniz equation of kinetic energy of movement. But then you must understand that it is not anymore kinetic energy of movement. So in this way, maybe the relation, it was made by Einstein, where we equal the masses with electricity and the speed of light. And maybe the first paper of him, not general relativity, the first paper was correct by trying to to observe what is the relation between electricity and masses, because nobody knows it at this time. Maybe it is Einstein, but if it use the kinetic and potential energy, you are tricking yourself, because this is not, you understand. And then the quantum mechanics appeared, trying to explain that Hertz stuff, that the sparkle between two quantum mechanics, how light it means. Quantum of light was a term invented by Einstein. So quantum mechanics it does not mean particle movement. It means how light it moves to space. And in all of this, some crazy dudes like this Fritz guy invented dark energy, dark matter, black stupidity, and I'm telling you, the galaxy do not rotate anywhere, and they are not moving anywhere. Okay, so if you understood this, I know physics, but they are stupid, and they are stupid. I cannot tell you everything, but even the electron treated in chemistry is not the energy electron. Maybe this is light even. They are mistaken big time. You do not understand. They did to take money, like some measurements of electricity, to take money to pay them. But and this is what they define the quantity of energy on volume of time, because they want to take money of your light bulbs, okay? But this is all the thing they know. But if you do not understand, they invented, the physics guys invented these crazy particles, okay? So, mechanical movement. What is anti-mechanical movement? What is anti-mechanical mass? Anti-mechanical space over time? What is this stupid head? So the galaxy, I'm telling you, they do not spin. This was demonically invented. Do not understand that our galaxy is surrounded by real matter. Matter, it is dark in the sense that they do not produce light, you see? I pulled it from the wires, and it is dark matter. And dark matter, it is all the matter, but normal matter. And you cannot see it until it is illuminated. You see? And this is demonically to fool you, that you do not understand our galaxy surrounded by matter, real matter. I know even what matter: hydrogen, oxygen matter, clouds. Surrounds a spherical galaxy with one day with the speed of light. And the galaxies and are small stars put in that clouds. And the expansion, then dark matter, dark energy were invented to fool your mind to not understand. The galaxy you cannot see matter. You cannot see it because they not produces light, but it is there. And you see that it is there many ways. The bendings of Einstein, gravitation, they say Einstein did that. And to trick you, because you can see matter there. I put you a ship under the bridge in fog. So when it's fog, a ship under the bridge, the lights of the bridge you see blur through the fog. In this way, at this Pandora cluster made by James Space telescopes, you will see the similar manner stars are put like in a fog. Do not them like these bulbs. They have something surrounding that you cannot see it straight, the light. So this is a proof that there is matter there, and the bendings that I spoke at the Sabine commentary before a video, they're like matter bands. So all of these prove that there's real matter that we know clouds of real matter that surrounds our galaxy. And you believe it or not, this is the you cannot see the universe. You cannot see. This is what they falsified. The galaxies are stars. Are stars. And if our galaxy, heaven, like Bible name, is a galaxy we do not know, there is another one. Because our galaxy is surrounded by clouds of matter. You see these pictures made from International Space Station. They prove that the stars are rotating in a circle. It is known from the Earth. It was made, this stuff. But it is made from an astronaut from International Space Station. The stars are moving circular. This is proving that the galaxy is spherical. And because you cannot obtain in a spiral galaxy this circular movement. You cannot obtain it. On the axis on the north polar star, okay, and the galaxy a spiral goes inside. You cannot have a rotation. The spiral goes, and you know how fast the galaxies move, like this snail, dude. You see that it is a spiral. It is not moving anywhere. It is a shell of a snail. This is how the galaxy are static pieces put in a mathematical pattern like this. They're static pieces. You cannot see the universe. So goodbye, God bless. My coffee science, I am saying I'm not filming myself straight. Maybe someday I will film myself. This is the way I like to. And I'm saying like science is something to drink. Like I always have here a glass of something to drink, like a tea or a coffee usually. This is a glass of cola. So dark energy and dark matter and these particles that they are in the psyche of some current actual pseudoscientists. Goodbye, God bless. Like, share, and subscribe. Help me that everybody must know what I've discovered. The earth is tricked and it is imprisoned with false science. That for us to not go there, maybe to not go on the stars, to not go on the planet, to make them irrelevant. Like in the old times, we barely colonized some islands on the earth. And they are doing this to trick us, that to do not consider them important. We cannot go 4 light years, the distance that they say is the closest star. We cannot go, so maybe you will renounce. But I'm telling you that they are close. The stars are small, cold, they are not like our sun. The galaxy are small stars, and they are put, you'd imagine 20 billion kilometers sphere full of stars. This is, you cannot imagine these distances. After Pluto, 20 billion kilometers full of stars, cold stars, put an electromagnetic field. This field is generating even the gravity, because they do not know what gravity is. This Sabine says that attraction, but maybe in some other video. Okay, God bless, goodbye. A big video, but you do not have patience. You listen this like you came across some YouTuber like this, and you do not understand because they are speaking incoherent, and then you go and Yes, the universe, big universe, and stuff like this. But they do not say anything correct. So goodbye, God bless. Like, share, and subscribe. It will help me. Goodbye. I don't need anything, just for you to subscribe. Okay, goodbye.